Beautiful.
It started last academic year, and we go into 3 primary schools, 1 Protestant, 1 Catholic, 1 integrated. Each class in the school receives half an hour of singing tuition a week. But also then we get the spin-off, which is that maybe we might spot a child who's particularly musical, or we might listen in when we're teaching, and I could maybe think, oh, there's a little voice that could be encouraged. So it's about building children's aspirations, and it's about us giving back into the community.
Morning, boys. Have you got your singing voice?
We wanted to approach schools that we thought might also then end up maybe working together, and that's really nice. It kind of keeps it all friendly and a bit like a family.
St Anne's catchment includes some areas of the city that have received negative press in the past, and so building a new ecumenical and cross-community choir has been really important.
The bus is a great social thing to do. Also, I think maybe when they come out of school, they feel a bit, oh, we're getting into the St Anne's bus and everyone else is going home.
Catherine has found some budding choristers to bring back to the cathedral for rehearsals.
We have a big laugh in the bus. Somebody described it like the sound of music. It's like a singing bus. I think the children bond in the bus in the way that they don't maybe in another setting, so we love it.
The hard work is paying off, and there are now enough members for 2 new younger choirs. But today, Master of the Choristers, David Stevens, is off to collect the senior girls.
Hi guys. Hi. How are you? Have you got your belts on, guys?
Yes!
Excellent. The music staff have to spend a fair amount of time driving around. Although we do now have 2 extra drivers to take the pressure off a bit. We tried without the buses and it just took far too long, and rehearsals were delayed too much. Generally they're in a good mood, especially if it's sunny like today. Yeah.
The future of St Anne's choirs looks bright, with 6 daily choral services each week.
To be able to go in and share your love of something and see children and maybe thinking, gosh, if I can sing and have great fun and achieve in music, then maybe I can achieve everywhere. And that gives me massive pleasure.
The choir school project is ongoing, but it may not be long before the junior members are regularly taking part in choral evensong at St Anne's. And so it's left to the senior girls and lay clerks of St Anne's to sing for us now a prayer of St Patrick. And if you enjoy listening to younger voices, this year's School Choir of the Year launches tomorrow, and we can't wait to hear your entries for the chance to be named Songs of Praise School Choir of the Year for 2016. Go to bbc.co.uk/Songs of Praise, where you'll find all the details, terms and conditions. You will have until the 14th of November to get your entries in, but in the meantime, here's one of this year's senior school semi-finalists from Belfast.
Shout, do you know who
great to hear those young voices again. Now, for centuries, British missionaries left these shores to share their faith with nations who had never even heard the message of Christianity. Nowadays, increasingly, the people who received our missionaries are sending their own to us here, as Pam has been finding out.
This is Kwangmyung Presbyterian Church in South Korea, where last week 350 of its members were preparing to jet off to the UK. On arrival, the Koreans are sent all over the country in small teams. And this is one of the host churches, Hope Chapel in Bristol.
Way back in 1992, when I was just starting some youth work here in the city, I read a book, and it was about a church in Korea and how they prayed and the way they prayed, but also they had prayer cells, sort of small little closets that people would go in to pray. I love their style. So when the opportunity was given to me, would you like to host a team from Korea coming to pray? I said, yeah. And then we thought, we'll build some prayer huts. So that's how it happened. To sort of get your head around the fact that some people would pay out of their own pocket to fly from one side of the world to another for us and for our nation is just very moving.
Prayer isn't just confined to the purpose-built huts, though.
I actually went to Seoul in 1998 and I went to a Korean prayer meeting, and when they start praying, it's noisy. And actually I was quite scared because I wasn't ready for it.
The prayer continues into the night, often in a quiet and reflective way, but the volume and energy increases again as their church leader, Pastor Choi, arrives. Why have you brought 350 members of your church here to the UK?
영국 교회에 우리가 비친 것은 약 130.
First of all, we South Korean Christians carry huge appreciation to British people because of many missionaries. Because of that, we have seen God's blessing in our land and the growth of church and many people being saved. And we want to share God's blessing with people in the UK.
We learn so much from them. They just have an amazing, amazing heart to serve, amazing heart to bless.
So while you were here, what will they be praying for?
Our team will set 5 hours from midnight to 5 in the morning to cry out to God for the revival for the UK. One last thing I want to share with you. You, brothers and sisters in the UK, you have to wet your land with tears of prayer, and God will answer. God will do amazing thing in this country.
Well, it's really quite late now and I'm going to leave them to it, but what an experience. You don't have to speak the language, do you, to understand the message? People from different sides of the world united in the loving fellowship of prayer.